Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world. Talked about a team that the world loves to hate. Your Las Vegas Raiders. Well, the hits keep on coming, man. And another somber episode because the hitman, George Atkinson, a famed and infamous member of the Soul Patrol and the Oakland Raiders, has passed. It's a great safety and a punt returner. A lot of people forget about his punt returns, but it's another hit to Raider Nation, man. George Atkinson was a guy that was a mentor to a lot of young Raiders. He hung around the team, and he was a vital member of Raider Nation as one of the legacy members. And man, it's a bummer, man. He had a great career on the field, and he had also a great career off the field with the Raiders. He had some setbacks in his personal life, but through and through, man, he epitomized what a Raider was, and just the intimidation factor, the speed, the skill, the will to win, the fire that burned deep inside of him to win. And it's a bummer, man. He came on the scene, a rookie phenom, man, big time, one of the best players in the AFL right away when he came in. In 1968, he was the AFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. He had 10 interceptions in his first 2 years, 68 and 69. Dude was a beast, man. He was like the anchor of the Soul Patrol, the secondary of the Oakland Raiders at the time. They were big hitters, fast, fearsome, and they were ball hawks too, man. And George Atkinson took no backseat to any one of these guys. You know, Jack Tatum, Willie Brown. If you think of a Raider in a secondary, you think of these guys, man. And George Atkinson was right there with all of them. He ended his career with 30 interceptions and 3 punt returns for touchdown. And also, he had 13 fumble recoveries. The dude just did it all back there. And that's not even to talk about the fear he struck in basically everyone who went over the middle. After his playing career, was a longtime ambassador and even an announcer, broadcaster for the Raiders and their broadcast. And he was a guy that gave a lot of insight, and he really wanted to get hands-on with the young players. He was always there to lend a tip or a trick or just tell a story to one of these guys that are coming in and just barely putting on the silver and black. He was very well respected by all of Raider Nation. And one of the big things that George Atkinson was really big on was mental health. Unfortunately, he had some setbacks. He had twin sons. One of them actually played for the Raiders, was an undrafted free agent, George Atkinson III. He played running back out of Notre Dame. In 2018, his wife died of complications from Crohn's disease. A few months after that, his son Josh took his own life. And a year later, after struggles with mental health and even reaching out to people about his struggles, George Atkinson III also took his life in 2019. After this, George Atkinson didn't fall into a shell. He was very out there and outspoken about the importance of mental health, regardless who you are, man, woman, whatever, about the importance of talking to somebody and getting help. He was the eternal Raider, man. 138 games, 126 starts, every single one of them in the silver and black with the Raiders. Number 43 lives on in our hearts and in our minds. Here's a video of George Atkinson talking about how he was drafted with the Raiders.
Never thought in my wildest dreams that I would wind up in Oakland. My desire to play football at the pro level started maybe when I was 10 or 11. I didn't have a fear of playing the game. I loved it. The Raiders became interested in me when I was a sophomore. I got a lot of correspondence from the Raider organization. Draft came around. I had no idea where I was going, if I was going. The Raiders drafted me in 1968, number 7, a 15 draft pick of a group of talented guys who I came in the league with for the Raiders. You look at the names that I came in with: Art Shell, Marv Hubbard, Charlie Smith, Elridge Dickey, Kenny Stabler. We became part of the nucleus of the Raiders from that draft. We wore the silver and black with pride. We understood what the tradition was and what we had to live up to. Definitely a blessing for me to be drafted by the Raiders.
Everyone in Raider Nation, please join me in saying rest in power, George. The shield shines brighter because of you. All right, on to some breaking news. Yesterday, the Raiders finalized a deal and signed Tyler Lockett, wide receiver, formerly of the Tennessee Titans. He was released last week, and he was a free agent, so the signing was a minimal cost to the Raiders, but it brings a lot to the team. I talked a little bit about this on my live. It wasn't done yet, a lot of rumblings and stuff like that, but it does a couple of things. We talked about this in my video over the weekend about what's going on with the Raiders and what's gone on so far. The injury to Brock Bowers was huge because it kind of shifted everyone up one step. It made the attention of the defense go from Brock Bowers now to Jakobi Meyers, and then the second coverage guy instead of Jakobi Meyers was on Trey Tucker, and so everyone got bumped up one, and that's just not who they are. And everything ran so much more smooth when Brock Bowers was healthy and able to take a lot of that attention. So with Tyler Lockett, he's not who he's been in the past. Okay, he's in his, I believe, his 13th year in the league or something like that, but he still has some really good skills. He's still a playmaker on the outside, and he still can run good routes. One of the things that you have to take a look at with Tyler Lockett and his signing is his chemistry that he already has with Geno Smith. Some of those things that he's trying to build with the young guys like Jack Bech and Dont'e Thornton, he already has that with Tyler Lockett. He knows Tyler Lockett is going to be able to read the defense the way Geno Smith sees it, and also Tyler Lockett's going to be where Geno Smith wants him to be. So that's going to be kind of a comfort blanket for him. We should be getting Brock Bowers back after the bye. If Jakobi Meyers gets traded, he's going to slide right into that spot, and he's going to be that number 2 target and be able to go out there and have that camaraderie and that chemistry with Geno Smith to be able to be that guy to kind of maybe get some targets to move the chains. If they're both together, what it's going to do is it's going to allow for the Raiders to have 2 guys on the field besides Brock Bowers that can get open and that know how to run routes properly. That's an issue that we're seeing with Jack Bech and Dont'e Thornton Jr. They're not always reading the defense properly, and they're not always where they're supposed to be. What that does is it slows down Geno Smith because he doesn't trust that these young guys are going to be there every single time. Because of that, Geno Smith does hang on to the ball a little bit more. Now, there's also Geno Smith being gun shy. I understand that, but part of the reason why he has to force these passes into such tight windows is because these young guys really aren't creating a lot of separation. Teams are able to bottle us down because they don't have that threat of Brock Bowers. So hopefully if that comes back, everything's fine. We're all good to go, and the offense should look much better. Now, Tyler Lockett is not an end-all, be-all savior. These young guys still need to step up. It's including Trey Tucker, Jack Bech, and Dont'e Thornton Jr. They need to step up and hunker down on their technique to make sure they're available and they're where they need to be, and need to build that chemistry with Geno Smith or whoever's playing quarterback. It doesn't have to be Geno Smith because Aiden O'Connell seems like he's going to be coming back from injury fairly quickly as well. Now, he hasn't thrown the ball a ton, but if he goes out there and he looks pretty good, it could be his job for the foreseeable future. Now, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. A lot of things have to happen until that goes down. Ultimately, a lot of these issues that we've seen on offense are because of the absence of 100% healthy Brock Bowers. We weren't deep offensively to begin with. A lot of people were talking about how our wide receiving core was lacking experience and lacking overall talent for right now. I think the talent can grow in the future and be a much better moving forward, but maybe sprinkle one guy here and there, but you're starting sometimes, or you have 2 rookies on the field right now. And Jack Bech seems to be doing okay, but, I mean, he doesn't have that chemistry really built with Geno Smith, and Dont'e Thornton's having some issues running his route. So, yeah, it's going to be really tough right now without Brock Bowers. But, again, if Brock Bowers comes back and he's healthy with Tyler Lockett and with Jakobi Meyers, you're looking at a much better, more experienced pass-catching group to be able to get open and be where they're supposed to be and get that trust of Geno Smith to help them get out the ball out quicker. Now, again, if Jakobi Meyers is gone, I think the chemistry between Lockett and Geno Smith can kind of overcome the age of Tyler Lockett, because this guy can get deep open still, and he's a guy that can take the top off the defense. So you have Tyler Lockett, you have Tucker, and also you have Dont'e Thornton who can do that. So hopefully we get some time from this offensive line with Brock Bowers taking some attention away from some guys over the middle, and we can start attacking down the field again with Geno Smith. or whoever is the quarterback. Who knows? But my bet is it's going to help the offense regardless of who is playing opposite of Tyler Lockett on the receiving core. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's the next way to support the channel. It's absolutely free. If you want to support a little bit more than the Shield Society, it's $5 a month. What you get is you get the videos right away. You also get the watch party with me. That watch party, we watch the game together. Now, I can't show it on screen, okay, but we can watch it together. You get my analysis, my play-by-play, and also I give you the opportunity to jump on the screen yourself and give your analysis and your play-by-play as well as we're watching the game live. Who else is going to give that to you? For all that, I just ask you guys to do one thing for me, okay? Tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody. Raiders versus the world is the greatest thing going in Raider Nation today. All right, guys, that's my time. Till next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.